So, anywhere in a nation, why do they need money? Because it funds projects, yeah? It,
Yeah.
it funds things, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
But you need people.
Yeah.
Then you're going to need some wealth
Yeah.
in order to pay for resources. But if you didn't have money,
Mm-hmm.
you would have resources, yeah?
Yeah.
And you would all benefit from this,
Mm-hmm.
yeah? So, businesses. So, if I had a business, yeah?
Yeah.
And I could say, I'm a genius. I'm a genius, right? Look at this company I built. None of you know the sacrifices I made, blah, 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 right? I'm just
Mm-hmm.
going to put
Yeah.
this in.
Yeah.
But yet, that would be a bit unfair, right? So let's say I had a know-how how to make a space project that grew plants in space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's just an idea, right?
Yeah.
But did anybody in that business, let's say the ones at the top, were they the ones that built all of those vehicles themselves?
No.
Every single vehicle they built themselves?
No.
No?
No.
That's interesting. But they're geniuses.
Mm. I don't know about that.
If we removed all the CEOs from a company, then
Yeah.
would the businesses still operate?
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. Oh, oh, oh. So if I had a company,
Mm-hmm.
got many ideas, and then I had some money,
Mm-hmm.
because you in this world, in this moment,
Yeah.
you need money.
Yeah.
What do you need the money for? Well, I got to be able to pay their wages.
Yeah.
Got to be able to prop them up whilst they come and work for you to
Yeah.
start this new enterprise, right?
Yeah.
And then you're going to teach them how to run this. But I don't need to teach them. I just put it on a piece of paper and work with them. Right? Yeah. Okay. I can build this bit. Okay. So you'll dedicate this bit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You're going to do this bit. You're going to do this bit. Once these bits are done, you next lot, you're going to start putting these bits together. Oh, okay then. And then the next lot above are going to put the bits together, which then put the bits together, put the bits together, put the bits together. And then you at the top is going to be leading this towards an outcome, yes?
Yeah.
That's interesting. And then you're going to get paid this much. You're going to get paid this much. You're going to get paid this much, this much, this much, this much, this much, this much, this much.
Yeah.
But just because I did all of that, I'm going to take billions. And you know what? Everyone's going to label me a genius. Weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
For me personally, it'll be small amount in the beginning until we begin to level up together. Then the business starts making billions.
Yeah.
Do you know what I do with that?
What?
Well, depending on how many individuals put into this company.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've got 50 and you've got 50 billion, I'm going to do 50 billion times 50 of us. No, divided 50, sorry.
Mm.
And then whatever that number turns out to be, we're going to put it in everybody's bank account. Why is that?
Yeah.
Well, why would you do that?
Yeah.
What would that be? Then we're all geniuses, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
None of us could make that happen on our own, painstakingly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, give it a good go, but you probably could, one by one,
Mm-hmm.
each to their own. Hey, I got this idea and I'm going to try and work on it. I got to do it all myself. Then that would be the true definition of a genius. I mean, it would be genius if you could produce 50,000 electric cars, for example, all on your own,
Yeah.
no help from anybody.
Mm.
And then your wages start to look a bit more better for you, don't it?
Yeah.
But yet, if there were tons of individuals that worked all into that company,
Mm.
yet the limelight is only at the one at the top.
Yeah.
Why?
It is.
Well, that's artificial. That's not genius. The genius is every single person in that. Well, I had the insight. Yeah, but you know how to do this. You knew how to do this bit. And you know what? You did it all poetically.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, aren't we all entitled to the same amount?
Yeah.
So let's do it statistically then.
Mhm.
Because money is the thing of the world right now, yes?
Yeah, it is.
You need it,
Mm.
let's say.
Mm.
So what about a nation without money
Mhm.
versus a nation with money?
Yeah.
Why do we not see any geniuses come out of that nation then? And big car manufacturers, or we don't see any house builders? But they prance around, the ones at the top of these CEOs and different things like that. They prance around like they built every single house themselves.
Yeah.
Mined the minerals that were needed to do that.
Yeah.
But oh, they sit at the top like they built every house,
Mm-hmm.
giving themselves quite a nice penny from it, right?
Yeah.
But what about all the hands that went into building that? To making that empire?
Yeah, they get very little, don't they?
Interesting. So why can't they all have the same amount then? Aren't they all geniuses? Do you think we look at the Egyptians and think, oh my god, there was just one lot that were geniuses in that?
Yeah.
Or do we look at them from a historical point and think, fucking hell, they all played their role?
Yeah.
From the painters
Yeah.
to the creators to the thinkers.
Yeah. They built amazing structure altogether.
All of them.
Yeah.
But it took them all. It took every single one of them.
Mm-hmm.
One man in the sky owns everything. Do you think Earth is like having competition with like the rest of the solar system? Hey, I got humans on here. Aren't I a genius? Look at what I made. And Jupiter's like, oh yeah, it's kind of pretty impressive that.
Yeah.
CEO Earth.
Yeah, come closer, I will swallow you whole.
Yeah, but I'm bigger. Yeah, well, I got humans on mine. None of you made humans. None of you got life. Ha ha ha. And the star's like, well, but I put into this.
Yeah, that's my humans, not yours.
Yeah, because if not for me, I wouldn't have made you, you know?
Yeah.
So that means I'm more better than you.
Yeah, and then Galaxy says, nah,
Nah,
that's not you.
yeah.
It's me. I made you sun and I made you planets and
And then the black hole's going, hang on a minute. No, it's me.
yeah.
Without me, you lot wouldn't have any of this, like, order.
Yeah, you wouldn't stay in nice order, in nice
And
balance.
if I'd have eaten you up by now, there wouldn't be any of you. So it's me.
Yeah.
And in the universe, do you think it's all single and it's all me, 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 me? Or do you think it's like all of us? We're one. And then the universe's overall structure is like, well, if not the space for you to do this in, technically, I'm the CEO.
Yeah.
I'm the genius.
Yeah.
And then God must be like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm the genius. Why? Because if I didn't make any of this, none of you would ever be in existence to make any of those things, which would be the stars, this, if you want to say it that way. Probably the universe the other way around, right?
Mm.
So help me understand what a genius actually is. So we got a counterfeit then.
Yeah.
So then one nation with all of this money, which is then put into resources,
Yeah.
which then this money is what we will exchange for being able to eat and pay the rent, live in a house and go home, look after your family, compared to a nation that doesn't have that and they're barely got enough to feed themselves,
Yeah.
let alone shelter, let alone clean water, let alone anything else. And one nation's going, huh, see? It's because you didn't sacrifice enough of your days. I sacrificed my days, said the CEO. I'm better. I'm genius.
Yeah, I'm genius. I robbed you of your resources.
And I'm chosen genius. I am. I mean, are we, is this for real? Is this what we've convinced ourselves to be? Understanding that?
Some people understand it like that, yeah. But not all of them, fortunately.
They just think you got lucky. Hang on a minute. Well, it's nice because this is insight into what you feel about a third world country then. They just didn't try enough. They're just not sacrificing enough. They all got the same chances we got.
No, they don't.
Well, then it's no different inside your nation that, oh, you think because this one's got more opportunity than you, they must have had something land on their lap. Well, yeah, I would say so. In the beginning times, it was more about, if you were to look at the video about Stonehenge that I was talking about, one group would say, I'm going to go over there and hunt for you so you can do this. All right, I'm going to stay back and build the shelter then.
Yeah.
Okay, if you make room for me, I'll hunt for you.
Yeah.
And then somebody else is like, well, I'm not going to do either of these things, but if you two support me, I'll go collect your water for you. And they're like, all right then. They found out they got more time. Someone else is like, I'll go and collect the firewood. If you feed me and you give me a shelter and you give me drink, fresh water from the river, I'll collect you firewood and keep you warm.
Yeah.
You see, that's the old way. This is the old way of coming together.
Yeah.
And then it's being in a position, part of the world, which can support all of this. Ain't no point being in a barren oasis somewhere, is it?
Yep.
Whichever way you look at it, humans would have travelled to. But then we started erecting borders, and then we started saying, you can't come here, and then we push people further out, and then we leave them in barren wastelands, and then say, oh, it's because it's just not trying enough.
Yeah.
It's because, look at my genius, look at it, oh.
Or we come, we give them barely anything for land, and then we get all the gold or whatever they have there, and they could sell it and make something from it themselves.
So, do you then need money in order to venture off on an idea, a break? Then do you need rich lands that are capable of supporting you, such as animals to hunt?
Yeah.
Let's say forest to build a habitat from,
Yeah.
something to keep you warm,
Yeah.
and a good river to drink from.
Yeah.
So if you don't have any of these things which you travelled to, that's not being chosen. That's because you walked to these lands.
Yeah.
But then the pockets expanded over here as well as they did here. But you had a cradle to support you, which could have gone on to support the entirety of the earth and every single person on the planet. But because you erect your artificial borders, that means you're chosen? Based on geographical location? Man, that's interesting.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
So we must be seeing more geniuses come from more barren lands then. I'm still waiting. Nothing? So what happens then if we were to prop them up? Well, let's say we prop them up. We give them food. We give them fresh water. We give them resources, which is a loan, right? Pretty much like a bank gives you money to be able to do it here. Would that make a nation that does that a genius? Oh, it's genius. And then, is this nation then responsible? You see, this is why we don't go and pay out into other lands like this. We don't level them up fast enough because it spoils the illusion. It knocks down the illusion.
Yeah.
We can't then claim that we're genius with this money now.
Yeah,
We can't claim that now. Why not? Well, because,
someone else could come up with something.
it breaks the illusion of being a genius in the first place, right?
Yeah.
And whilst we're here using our papers and different things like that on our social media and our limited belief system, because we've created a belief system. That person sacrificed nights in and they did this and they did that. Right you are. They studied in the dark. Now, this could be reflection. I will never have it. No. Nope, this was because I was supported. If I was supported by my family members, I could focus on doing something else. If I'm supported by this, and this, I can get on to do this. It doesn't mean that I'm a genius. It means that I was supported, helped by hands. That's what that means.
Yeah.
It's not a genius. You prefer to do this. Oh, okay then. This person prefers to go out and do this. That person prefers to go out and do this. It's no different from the Stonehenge. Let's take it from that. One supports the other, supports the other, supports the other. What are we going to do? I don't know. Well, I'll make clothing then. Okay then. We'll give you water, food, and I'll get you the firewood. No, this person says I'll get you water. And this person says I'll hunt for you. I will feed you. And then the other person says, well, I'll build you a house. All right then, I'll make you all clothes then. Then another person says, what about weaponry? We're going to need that. Well, if you feed... Well, fuck me, early man. You're a genius. What? Because naturally, people come together and support one another. And when you begin to support one another, look at the great things you can do. Ain't no one man, woman above the rest. Gee, me. Ain't because of what you sacrifice. It's about what you can put into the pot. You can put one thing in and get 90% out. So you can put 10% in and then get 90% out. What about if you did this around the whole entire world? How much more further could we be as a world? As one? If there's anything I've been on this journey, it's not about one. So yes, where one may have an idea, you need a workforce. And their idea to do that part of that, I know how to make a wheel. The other person says, I know how to make it quicker. Awesome. That's a good idea. Like it. Love it. If we keep doing it this way, they say inside a company, you know, if we do it this way, it's going to take us longer. We can make more wheels if we do it like this.
Yeah.
Oh, this is what I pay you a salary for. Don't worry, I pay myself more, but this is why I pay you a salary. And then somebody else's mind comes into it. Then somebody else's mind comes into it. Bill Gates as well. Was it him that built and put computers in everybody's house?
Yeah.
Was it?
No, like the idea, maybe
The idea of it,
yeah,
sure.
or maybe not even the idea, but
But the workforce that came in
the
supporting one
beginning.
another,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
But he must have had something to give these people to support them, to prop them up.
Yeah.
I'll give you this that takes care of this, 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 and this, if you can give me some of this. All right, then.
Yeah.
Then the company starts making trillions. But then if that was divided amongst everybody, that would be interesting. What more could they do with those ideas that they've got? We're a collection. So that means if one nation supports a third world nation in food, resources, wood, and everything else, we could support them long enough. But what do you think there would be more chance of? Them making successful businesses whilst they're barren and in a state of hunger, starvation, and thirst? Do you think we're going to find geniuses because they're sacrificing, not going out, they're not clubbing, they're not doing this?
No.
No. But do you think if we could support them in wealth or resources, again, we use wealth, so we don't understand what it's like not to have it.
Yeah.
But wealth is not it, it's resources. And having the abundance of food, having the abundance of materials. And if we were to do this, not money, we always give out money each time to these third world nations as kind of... Ugh. We're chucking away food, but here, have some money. And we could give the food that we don't sell 3 days before it goes bad. Take it over to these nations. Rather than having a recycling center where we recycle it, we'll take the can. Oh yes, that's one of mine. Thank you, said Red Bull. Okay, let's just give it a quick wash. Let's put a new ring pull on it and let's put it back in the shop again. Or we could give those resources over to another nation with the capabilities to utilize that material and start something else off in their world.
Yeah.
Then we'll start seeing geniuses pop up all over the place. But why? Because they were supported. If this earth was not so given in resources in the first place, not one of us would be doing shit right now. Oh, nature, you're a genius. Oh, rivers of the world, you're a genius. So this falls down for me, and I don't agree with it. Not for myself, and not for anybody else. Sure, we can move people together and organize people, but they generally will organize themselves. I just got to know what I'm doing, all right? If you can just do this for today and tomorrow and perhaps for the next year. We'll start off with a few money to keep you going, but I promise when this company lifts, which it will, because there's a need for it, a demand, I will divide all of the profits at the CEO top and it will all go into your bank accounts. Wait, what? Yeah, I know, it's amazing, isn't it? Oh my God, you're a mega genius. I know. I know. Nah, fuck that. If you're going to do something like that, yeah, I don't want you to know who I am. If it means that you're going to give me a corny label like that. Oh, he's so amazing. No, no. All of you are amazing. We are amazing.
Yeah.
We. And before we go and get too big-headed, you know, unless you got a big ego. Here, take this pipe. You get the fire going. I want to shove it up my ass. Can you blow some smoke up there for me? I just need a little bit more. Actually, can you take a pipe as well? I'm going to see if I can put two there. What's so funny about that?
Oh, Daddy. It reminds me of one film where they are farting and trying to make big fire from their butt.
All right. I see where you're going. But then, where we were cradled to do that, do you know who else I have to thank? And that we all have to thank?
Yeah.
All of the individuals that walked before us.
Yeah.
All of them, our ancestors that paid into the pot, that allowed us to stand up, the ones that got together at Stonehenge.
Yeah.
Those.
Yeah.
Because if not for them, there's no way we would ever be able to do this. So in essence, we can't pay them, but we can have a moment to think about them.
Yeah.
Because if they didn't do the things that they did, man, this gives me goosebumps. Really does give me crazy goosebumps. We have to thank those two.
Yeah.
So can we show a little bit of a respect to the individuals that walked before us? Because after all, we are walking on their shoulders. Because everything that you take for comfort here, they did.
Yeah. All the people before us.
And if they were still in existence, we would have to divide this money even further. Because it's about money these days. Which it is, because this is the way the world has evolved to be this way. But underneath all of that cash, it's about resources, and then it's about the earth that is propping us up. You know, that shit that we keep cutting down. What's it called again? Insignificant. No, nature. Oh, there we go. It's about the rivers that Earth provided. So thank you as well, Earth. Thank you, space, for bringing the resources in order for us. You know, I'm not exactly shaking a hand of something here. But oh, in that.
Yes, we are.
And then thank you, universe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we must all strut about in this kingdom here then, looking at third world countries like, yeah, we're the geniuses. Gee me. Do you think the past would be ashamed of that?
Some of the people, they have such big egos, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, that stinks from distance.
Don't speak. I can smell it before you open your mouth. Yes, I know. Here. Do you
Yeah.
want me to take a pipe?
Yeah, oh my god. Some of them, especially these days, oh my god.
And that's why I feel the collective is important, but it's also collective of the star.
Yeah.
The collective of the star that once gone, that allowed all of this to happen here.
Yeah.
Because without that death of those stars, collective of stars, the mineral content that we have, the resources that we have,
Yeah.
the brain power that we have, it came from our ancestors knowing barely nothing, but then started to evolve. The divine collective. That's what it's about. Crikey, this gives me an adrenaline rush. I'm not even kidding, man. I'm really, something really is just, I don't know. That's authenticity, that is. You'd think with this many geniuses on the world stage that you would have known this. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
With this many intelligent people on the world stage, you know? They would know this. It is not about one, it's about all. Nature, the star,
Yeah.
the planet,
Yeah.
we call the sun. It's about the rivers that flow.
Yeah.
It's about the sea that sweats. Because after all, fresh water is sea sweat. And it's weird because we drink water and then sweat salt.
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
Yeah. We return it back, don't we?
Yeah. In a cycle of this sweating. The sea sweats, creates water. Water rains down in a river. We drink the river and then we sweat salt.
Yeah.
Ever wonder why the sea tastes so salty?
Yeah.
And some live in this freshness. And some lives in the saltiness. I mean, mind blowing, right? When we really pull it apart for what it is. So thank you to that process. Because without any of that, none of this. We are one. That oneness. Not I above you. Lower your ego, planet. Come on, water. After all, it memorizes, does it? Water holds memory. The only thing you can't burn is water. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm going to go off and enjoy this feeling, but I'm on an adrenaline rush right now. Like something is really, I don't know. When I get into this type of thought process, it really elevates me. I guess that's called elevation. I'm not sure. Ooh.
You are in your element.
Yeah, I guess I am. Makes me jitter. My whole body is shaking like I'm shivering cold or something, but I'm not. It's something else. It's something, I don't know. So I'm appreciating everything in that. So if you want to see it the way I see it, it's not about one. Because if you were to remove them from the company, does the company still function?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wonderful. If you remove one of the workers from the company, does it still function? Yeah.
Yeah.
If you remove all of them away from the company and just leave the one at the top, does the company still function?
No.
Wow, that's weird. So you remove the one, the company don't function. It does function. But yet, if you remove all of the workforce, does the company still function?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I've just shat all over the illusion of genius then.
Yeah.
Wow, we can be so intelligent and yet so dialed back in our thought processes.
That's why they wish so much for robotics and artificial intelligence.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta go do something, man. I really am.
Okay.
Wow.